Daddy born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. Four babies in the back seat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Thursday morning, February 27th, 2025. Wow, February went by fast. Here at Forex Smart Trade, we are here to help people become profitable currency traders. We've been doing it a long time, 16 plus years, and we do that by teaching people how to trade with our simple but powerful proprietary trading indicators. We've kind of whittled away all of the extra noise and got down to the few things that we think you need to see to be able to do this well. And we are so confident that we can get you to do it well that once we've trained you, we'll let you trade with our funds and split what you make. So it's a win-win for both sides. This morning, I'm going to demonstrate one of our dozen different trade strategies. When we train someone, we develop a customized trade plan based around their availability to trade and their objectives and their risk profile. And this one was the one that was done for me. It's not the only strategy I use, but during the day, I tend to like this one. So let's take a look. We first need to listen to this guy, and then we'll see what the market has for us.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
We coach with a variety of different tools. We've got the videos that are broken down into specific steps of doing a trade. We've got group training sessions. In fact, I would call our training program one of our secret sauces. When we work with you, we work with you for a year. And, anybody who's good at anything has a coach. And if you're a sports guy, a professional sports player who's at the top of their game, they have coaches to keep them performing at a high level. So coaching's essential, I believe. And then we also do these live trade sessions where an experienced trader like myself gets online and kind of walks you through their how they go about taking a look at things, and by seeing what I'm doing and hearing it explained, that allows you to get better. I do 3 a week, Tuesday and Thursday morning at 6:30, Monday afternoon at 3:30, every afternoon at around 4:15. I send out an overnight trade setup with a little video that shows you how I figured it out. When you are a member, we do live trades in the morning at 10 a.m., live trades in the evening at 10 p.m. and at 6 p.m. And we also have trade pattern alerts so that you do not even have to kind of sit in front of the computer. When a trade setup comes up, a profitable trade setup comes up, we text it and email it to you. You verify it, take the trade, and make some money. I've been doing it about 3 weeks, and for accuracy is very, very good. I like to work off of a little checklist that helps me make sure I don't forget anything. And checklists have been proven to improve performance. Every morning I refresh the green chart so that it clears out the memory, operates a little faster, and picks up any updates they might have done. One of the important tools to have in your toolbox is to be able to go back over the film. When something doesn't go right, why didn't it go right? On Tuesday, we took a trade on the Euro CAD, and it didn't. We got stopped out. It is good to go back and look and see why we got stopped out, and with our indicators, we can go back to a specific point in time and see what happened. So this was on the EuroCAD, and we can go back to the 25th, and we took it around 6:50. Oops. We took it around 6:55. Right before 7 o'clock. So let's go back and look at what the chart was telling us and see what we might have done wrong. And in looking at it, so here's the 1 hour chart, which we were trading off of. We were doing 10-point trade, and basically the 10-point trade, we want all the lines from all three sections going in the same direction. And when I'm looking at this, we don't have the signal I'm looking for. So we are overbought. The lines are above the overbought line, this horizontal blue line, and I want all these lines going down, and they're not. So I didn't go back to look at the film, but just in looking at this isn't the setup that I want. This I would have never taken. So whatever mistake that was made, maybe we were looking at a different pair, but this isn't the setup. These lines need to be going down, and they're not. They're going sideways. The minors, which are the black and gray lines, are kind of both going down, but the major indicator, which is the red and green lines going down, red lines going up, I want all the lines going down, so we haven't passed the second part of the test. So with that, we should have never taken that trade. So anyways, it's worth going back. Like it's 2 days ago, so I don't quite remember what, but maybe we were looking at a different pair, and I ended up taking it off of the wrong pair. So where are we on our stuff here? So that's always a good exercise. So that was a trade we should have never taken, and that would have been $3,000 that we shouldn't have lost. We ended up being able to kind of break even for the day, even though we had 2 losses that day. But still, without this, we would have been $3,000 ahead. So I'm happy with, I am confident that when the signal's there, it works. We are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action. And our indicators are very good at predicting the direction of a move. But news does impact currency prices. So we want to know what news events are happening so that basically we can trade around them. The place I'd like to get that news is forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories. Yellow is low impact. I ignore those. Orange is medium impact. I also ignore these. Some people pay attention to them. And red, which is high impact, which those are guys I want to trade around. And this morning at 8:30, we've got 2 news items coming up. gross domestic product and unemployment claims. And then they get a bunch of other yellow stuffs. So we've got, orange stuffs coupled with the reds. So we are not going to trade the USD this morning. I don't like to trade within a 2-hour window of whatever the news announcement is, because people who are connected are able to get this information a little bit before it's publicly announced, because this number is already figured out and sitting on somebody's desk. So, and those who are connected start to trade against it. And if you're in a trade, when the news event happens, there could be like a little whiplash in the price, and that could stop you out. So we just trade around it. So with that, let's take a look at what we're going to do. Again, the trade I'm doing is the 10-point trade. I take it off of a 1-hour chart, but it can be taken on anything from a 3-hour, half a day, a 30-minute chart up to a day chart. On a 1-hour chart, it's going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. And if you've been watching me trade, my sweet spot tends to be around 11 pips. If I can carve 11 pips out in an hour and do that a couple times a day, I am doing terrific. So with that, let's see what we've got this morning. The chart I am going to trade off of is the light 6 major. And I'm going to refresh it actually because, all right, so here we go. The light 6 major is one of our standard charts. It's a composite chart in that it's showing me 6 different currency pairs all in the 1-hour chart. And I am looking, I start with the middle section of the chart. Basically, I want the lines in all 3 sections going the same direction. But I start here with the middle. And if I don't see what I want here in the middle, I don't have to look at the rest of it. We call this the majors and minors, this section of the chart. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray is the minor indicator. Horizontal blue line is the overbought line. Horizontal red line is the oversold line. I am looking for situations where we are say oversold and the lines are all going up. And here you see going up, goes up through the channel. And here we got a bunch of green candles. And, my goal is to carve out 11 pips. Here, would have got 14 pips. Would have taken a little longer than 3 hours, but actually, you could have probably got it over here. So you would have got it within the 3 hours off of this candle. But that's what I'm trying to do. So here we're overbought. Overbought. And the majors are going down, but the minors are going up. So we don't have agreement. Euro USD, overbought, majors coming down, minors sideways again. So no agreement. Pound USD, overbought, majors coming down. This is terrific. I love the slope on this. But the minors aren't in agreement. Dollar, Canadian dollar, oversold. Everybody's going up. I've got what I call a double cross where the green line is on top of the red line and the gray line is on top of the black line. That's the third element. And the fourth element is what's the slope of the green line? I want it better than 45 degrees. It is. So I've got all 4 that I want here. I look at what the position of the green line is. I want it to be less than halfway through the chart. It is less than halfway. Ideally, I like it best when it's just entering. The one thing I don't like here is there's a little kink in the line where we're going from more steep to less steep. I don't mind that the minors have run through. I care about the position of the green line. So I kind of have what I like here. Then I would jump up to the TNTs. Each of these are kind of measuring the rate of change at a different speed. And I want to have at least 3 of these lines agree. So the 2 orange lines, the thick orange and the thin orange, are going up. The blue lines are inversely related. So what that means is that when blue goes down, that means buy. So the dotted blue and the thick blue are going down. So all four are saying buy. Then I'm going to jump down to my pressure, and I want these lines either going up or I want the green line on top, and the green line's crossed over the red line here. So I've got 1 point, 4 points, 4 points, so 9 points. So this is a good setup, but we're not going to trade it because we've got that news coming out. But when I see this, my next step would be to go and confirm it. And I would confirm it by looking at a full chart. And the full chart is showing me different time periods of the same pair versus multiple pairs on one time period. We'll see if we see another trade where we'll do that. But this is the first step of a good setup. Dollar Swiss franc overbought. We don't have agreement. Dollar yen overbought. Everybody's coming down. I've got the double cross, reds on top, blacks on top. And the steepness is just about 45 degrees. So I've got everything I want here. Here, the thing I don't quite, I prefer to have the green line a little closer to entering, but I've got everything I want. 2 orange lines going down, just the dotted blue going up. So 3 of the 4. I've got up pressure, but I've got red on top. So this is a good setup. But again, because of the news item, we're not going to trade it. We're going to just go around it. And then my next step would be to confirm it. But we'll see if we can find one we can actually trade to confirm. Euro pound, we're kind of in the middle of the channel. I want to catch it on either side. Australian dollar yen overbought. Everybody's coming down. Double cross. Steepness is just at 45 degrees. 2 orange lines going down, 2 blue lines going up. So I've got all 4 here telling me sell. But I don't have the pressure yet. Pressure is up pressure with green on top. I want red on top. The other thing is on a 1 hour chart, which we're trading, I want one of these markets to be kind of prime time. And neither of them are prime time. It's the middle of the night in both of these markets. So even if we had the pressure here, this is a trade I'd skip right now. Now, if it's I want one of these to be active. Euro Canadian, we're just reaching overbought. Everybody's going up. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar overbought. Everybody's going up. Now, can you make 10 pips when you're overbought, taking a buy? Yes, you can, but it's just not part of my trade strategy. That's a risk I don't want to take because I don't want to get caught holding a trade. Come on here. I don't want to get caught holding a trade when we're overbought. If this turns, I'm going to get stopped out. And here you can see, you would have at 17 pips over the course of many hours, but I could have carved out my 11 pips, but it's just not part of my trade plan. A pound yen overbought. Everybody's coming down. Double cross and good steepness, better than 45 degrees on the green line. 2 orange lines coming down. Dotted blue going up. So 3 of the 4. No, actually both blues. So all 4 here are telling me sell. And we've got up pressure, but the red line is just crossed over. So we've got everything we want here. So let's confirm it. So to confirm it, pound yen is something I regularly trade. I want to look at what the 2-hour chart is doing and what the 4-hour chart is doing. And I want both of these to be overbought. I want the majors to be overbought. They don't have to be going down like they are here. This is what we were just looking at. So we've got the 2 hours overbought and the 4 hours overbought. The reason I want both of these overbought is that there's less of a chance I'm going to get stopped out. When this is overbought, eventually they're going to be going down. And so if this weakens, I'll be able to pick up the trade off of the 2-hour chart or the 4-hour chart. Now, the only thing I don't like here is that the green line is so far gapped from the overbought line. I prefer to be it a little closer because sometimes when it's up here, it can hang up here for a long time. Like you can see, say over here, it starts to turn up. We don't have the double cross yet, but it's hanging out here 3 hours. Since I want to get in and get out within an hour, I want this usually closer. But this is okay. So let's on some of the trades we do, there's a predetermined take profit and stop loss. On other trades, you need to calculate it. So this is one of the trades where we need to kind of calculate it. So I want to look at a full chart, and on a full chart, so this is just the candles, and these horizontal lines are what we call support and resistance. So support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. And so you can see in here, you can see like in here, in here. And I'm going to use that support and resistance. They're going to become the boundaries from which within that within I trade. Because since I want to get in and out within an hour, when you cross those lines, sometimes it bounces a little bit before it goes through. And I don't want to be holding the trade for a while. And while it's bouncing each of those hours, that signal could change. So I do want to look at what the trend is. So here you're trading into kind of a downtrend. So am I trading with the trend, or here's an uptrend, or against the trend? Here it's kind of sideways. Here's kind of sideways. So I am looking, I want to know how much room I have from where I'm at to the line. And here it's 11 pips. 11 pips up, or 11 pips down, and 18 pips up. So that's about, 30 pips. Oh, and it continues to move. So we can go ahead and take whatever we've got here up until the 1872. Let me write this down. So we're going to take a sell on the pound JPY, and I don't want to go beyond 189.724, which is probably about 5 pips now. Let's see. Oops. Move this out of the way. Yeah, now it's 5.8 pips. Usually, I'm not going to take a trade less than 10 pips, but because it's the morning trade and we want to get a trade in, we will go ahead and take this. So if you're using your simulator, you can trade within the simulator, or if you are using MetaTrader 4, pull it over. So I am going to go to a pound yen. If you didn't have it, go to File, New Chart, and it'll be up in the top section. And then I'm going to go to New Order. My lot size or volume is going to be a function of what's in the account. This is a demo account. To figure out my lot size, I'm just going to move the decimal place over 4 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1.52. I can take anywhere from half of that to double it, but I'm just going to take the 1.52. I'm going to do market execution, market sell. And now I am going to go to right click on here, go to modify, and we were at about 6 pips. So 6 pips is 60 points. I just add an extra 0. I click the little blue button. It does the math for me. And if I'm going for 6 pips, I'm going to use a 3-to-1. So that's 18 pip stop loss. Click the little red button. It does the math for me. And then I'm going to go to modify. And I want to see where it says we're at. Our take profit was, we can go down a little bit lower. So I'm going to go down to 1.8924 or 724. So I'm going to go to modify because I want to go to this line here. 1.24. Modify. And it just catches this candle, which we're seeing. All right, so we took a sell on the pound yen for 8 pips, or about 8 pips, with a take profit of 189.724, and a stop loss of 189.949. 189.949. I expect this to close within the next 3 hours, ideally in the next hour. But that's it. And let's see how we're doing on time here. We got another 4 minutes. We'll see if we can find one more trade. Euro Australian dollar. Overbought. Everybody's coming down. Double cross. Good steepness on the green line. Green line is entering the channel. 2 orange lines going down. Dotted blue just barely going up. So 3 of the 4. I've got sideways pressure. The red's going down. The green's going up with red on top. So we've got everybody we want there. Let's see what the Euro Australian dollar. Euro Australian dollar. Overbought. All right, so everybody's overbought. So it passes the confirmation. Again, I want these guys overbought. So if this weakens, we'll pick it up. And then let's figure out what the trade is worth. We're going to go to Euro Australian dollar. Let's crunch it up so we can put some support and resistance on here. So you see, since I don't trade this all the time, I don't have the support and resistance drawn in like I do on the pound yen. So it looks like stops here, kind of stops here, here, in here. Let's put another one on it. 66.15 to 66.46. So it kind of stops in here, in here. We're trading into an uptrend, clearly an uptrend. So when I'm trading against the trend, I'm going to be more conservative in how many pips I take. Let's see what we've got from where we're at. $16 pips. And how about to this line? 10 pips. 10 pips up, or 10 pips down, and it's 10 pips up. All right. I think we can go ahead and take a 10 pip sell on on the Euro AUD. So let's again open up our MetaTrader, Euro AUD. I've already got that open. I'm going to go to new order. 1.52. We'll keep it at there. So I'm going to do a market sell. And we want to take 10 pips. So modify. So 10 pips is 100 points. Click the little blue button that does the math. We'll use a 30 pip stop loss, which is 300 points. And let's see where it puts us. And I want to be in this candle. I want to be hitting this like right in here. I'm going to just move this up just a little bit because I want to hit both of these to get out. So we've got a take profit of 1.66217, and a stop loss of 1.66605. Again, both of these I expect to close in the next 3 hours. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. If you want to learn to do anything, it's the best way to do it is find somebody who's good at it and get them to teach you. We're good at it. We've been doing it a long time. We're very transparent. You can come watch us, verify for yourself that these indicators work. In fact, we have a trial for $99 where we will set you up with the indicators. We'll give you some one-on-one coaching on a simple trade strategy and then kind of enhance it. And then we will give you daily trade setups where we'll text and email them directly to you so that you can see how good they are. Have a terrific day, and we'll see you again this afternoon at 4:15 when I send out the overnight trade setup. All right. Thanks so much. Have a great day.